Okay, where to begin? So I didn't go to theatre school. It was a very conscious choice. I wanted to find a creative way into the creative industry because my whole life I've been taking the kind of unconventional route. I think we should make an album.
I thought, of course Henry's chosen Abbey Road. Like, why wouldn't you?
I basically threw all of the savings I had into the album, but when I looked at that, I realised that is not nearly enough. I thought we can either do Abbey Road or a different studio. We'll have lots of time in a different studio, or we can do Abbey Road in a day.
I thought we'd probably need two.
We only have 10 hours in Abbey Road. We are 2.5 hours in, and we have recorded nothing. So rather than going down the kind of conventional drama school, get an agent, get your first job route, I kind of took the reins and started to do concerts in London. I found the most amazing musical director called Leigh Stanford Thompson, and the show started going really well. I mean, the reception was insane. Our first few shows we sold out in like 4 hours, which was mental. And we then took it to New York. We did a show at 54 Below. What was so interesting is that these concerts kind of became like a testing ground for new material and seeing what worked, what didn't. And after one of them, this 19-year-old guy came up to me, and I didn't know he'd been at the show, because not to stereotype a musical theatre audience, but he was like this 19-year-old footballer from Essex and was, you know, just not your stereotypical musical theatre audience member. And he came up to me, he went, "Oh, what was the name of that song? I loved that." And it was Losing My Mind from Follies.
I dim the lights and think about you.
And he said to me, I didn't think theatre was for me, but maybe I need to now check out Follies. And I'm thinking, hang on, have I just got a football player into Sondheim? It was at that moment where I went to Leigh, I think we should make an album with some of the material that we've been testing out. So with that, the album was born.
I thought great. I thought Henry's voice is perfect for an album. I thought it was a really exciting project. I couldn't wait.
We wanted it to kind of have two audiences. One of them is like your regular, like myself, kind of theatre fan, theatre nerd, theatre obsessive. I mean, I work out to like All I Ask of You in the gym, which make of that what you will. Anyway, we wanted it to have two audiences, theatre people, and then an audience who were just going to appreciate the songs for being great songs, because that's what it boils down to.
Musical theatre isn't a style, it's a form. And if you can look at any musical theatre, you can find a show that will fit any style of music, whether it be, you know, operetta or rock or hard rock or jazz. I think the key is actually just treating them as songs.
So about a month passes after the 19-year-old footballer conversation. So I decided the best course of action was to probably be myself and Leigh booking a piano studio in London and just locking in. In the kind of world of the prologue, it will kind of go straight into like a bed, I couldn't go to bed.
So Henry had come with a list of songs that he'd thought about, and he'd very clearly thought about what he wanted to do with them in terms of, it's this song, but we're doing it in this style.
I could have danced.
Is that okay, key-wise?
Oh yeah, that's
the
fine.
original key.
Just not at 10 o'clock in the morning. Isn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Those are sounding stronger, your Fs.
Thank
than
you.
They used to.
Thank you so much. They used to be dreadful. Remember when I first came here and I was...
No, they're just sounding they're sounding stronger.
When I was young and unafraid.
This was really kind of changing some really well-known songs to sound completely different to how they'd always sounded and how anyone else had done them in terms of style, I suppose.
This is where my relationship with Leigh kind of really comes into its own, because I had been putting together this list for so long of songs that I wanted to try. Often whilst I was doing the most mundane tasks, these things would come to me, because I'm not like a musical theory expert. I was making peanut butter on toast, because of course I was. And I started to think, I was singing Maybe This Time in my head. And then I saw on my phone, I saw an Instagram post about chess. And I started thinking, you could do, what if you did I Know Him So Well? One of the most oversung musical theatre duets, possibly one of the most oversung musical theatre songs in general.
I used to play that song when I was a teenager, but then doing it, and he said specifically in the style of Maybe This Time, which is another song I've known for a long, long time. So in the cameraman, the genies.
Yes.
The other part.
Well, what I was thinking of at the end, is there a way of kind of bending the rhythm bit? So you can go, but in the end, he needs a little bit more than me, more security. He needs fantasy and freedom.
Yeah, yes, there is.
I know him so well. So
You've just proved that there is a way of doing that.
thank you. So as well as making a great set list, I also wanted the album to have some kind of storyline without going too much into like kind of concept album. And I thought the best story to tell would kind of be the one I was going through right now, which is trying to find a way into the industry. I created this audition room narrative that the whole album is someone's thought process going into an audition. It's like the 30 seconds before you start singing in an audition, drawn out to 30 minutes of music. The biggest change of any song in the album is In My Life from Les Mis, which is usually sung, first of all, it's normally sung by 3 people. And we were in the rehearsal studio and Leigh starts playing this little vamp, this very, very showbiz vamp. And we're thinking, could we do this? Could we do this?
And Henry, because he knew what he wanted to do with the lyrics, approached Alain Boublil, the original French lyricist, directly and got the permission to just slightly tweak the lyrics. There's nothing that changes the meaning of the song in any way.
And I literally wrote in an email, please can I change the lyrics to In My Life? Otherwise I need to change my name to Cassette. Remarkably, they gave me permission to change the lyrics of Les Mis for the album. It doesn't happen a lot, so it was amazing to be kind of given the honor and the for them to trust me with that material. I was keeping a diary at the time because I just wanted to kind of capture this moment. Is that cringe? That might be cringe. But I was keeping a diary at the time and I put in at some point, in a moment of desperation, I put in, I just feel like a Broadway Maybe, which was of course playing on Broadway Baby and the uncertainty of everything, which at the time of creating the album felt so uncertain. And as I wrote that, I thought, that could work. So I suddenly settled on Broadway Maybe for the name of the album. Now came the time that we had to find a studio.
I thought, of course Henry's chosen Abbey Road. Like, why wouldn't you?
I think Abbey Road also represented kind of doing the album properly. And unfortunately, when you're doing something the best it possibly could be, money does come into the picture. I basically threw all of the savings I had into the album, but when I looked at that, I realized that is not nearly enough. So I had to venture out and find investors for the album. But you do feel pressure with that because suddenly other people's money is involved as well and you don't want to let them down and you need the project to go ahead. You know, there are too many projects that you see in early stages and loads of money gets thrown at them and then nothing happens. And I was set on the fact that Broadway Maybe was not going to be that. So because money was not an infinite supply, we did not have an infinite amount of time at Abbey Road. And I thought we can either do Abbey Road or a different studio. We'll have lots of time in a different studio, or we can do Abbey Road in a day.
I thought we probably need 2, but actually we know our musicians, we've worked with them, we know they're great, we know they're fast, we know that we work well together and can exchange ideas quickly. I thought, yeah, we can do it. It's a push, but we can do it.
So we had 10 hours, which meant waking up at like 7:30, which for me, for people who work in theatre, you do not wake up at 7:30 in the morning, ever, for anyone. Make my way to Abbey Road and we start setup. Now setup was meant to be maybe an hour, so we were ready to have 9 hours of recording. That's what we'd worked out on the schedule. And our reed player, Mikey, could only be there for about 3 hours. And setup took 2.5. We only have 10 hours in Abbey Road. We are 2.5 hours in and we have recorded nothing. In the half an hour before our scheduled lunch break, we recorded the first 3 tracks in that half an hour or like 40 minutes.
We just had to make them work and we did them.
Wasn't it good? Wasn't he fine? Isn't it mad?
was the most whirlwind kind of baptism of fire into recording a studio album I think anyone could ever have. I feel like we all got into a kind of trance-like state on that recording day, because after we'd done those first 3 tracks, it was like the starting gun had been fired and we were just off. I mean, the rest of them seemed to just kind of pour out of us. Our drummer, Sam, we asked him, Leigh asked him, I'm gonna put this on Leigh, to bring a bell tree.
Oh, the bell tree is the most important moment in the album. It was just an idea I'd had to punctuate a little moment. I think our drummer had never played one before and certainly didn't own one and had to borrow one. And I made such a fuss that we had to have the bell tree there. It became the most important moment of the day.
Smile.
Great. Worth it, I reckon. Do you want me to do it again, or are we happy with that?
One of the tracks we left until very, very last was Another 100 People, because that's a difficult Sondheim patter song on the best of days.
Another 100 people just got off of the train and came up through the ground, while another 100 people just got off of the bus and are looking around at...
When you're in a pressurized environment with a time limit, trying to get quite a complex arrangement right, the pressure just becomes too much. And we left that until the last moment.
City of strangers, some come to stay or some to stay, and every day some go away or they find each other in the crowd. It's so close.
So close.
Shall I just stop and go back in, or shall I try and push through again?
But we managed to do it. We managed to do it with, I think, 5 minutes to spare. We finished bang on. We could not have cut it any closer if we tried. I remember thinking, we have done the album in a day, but now we have to mix it. Now comes the next bit. So whilst we were mixing, I thought the album needed like a kind of world builder, like an atmosphere creator. And given the fact it was set in an audition room, I thought what it needs is like a casting director who's kind of telling me, okay, you're in the audition, to set the scene. So I was looking around, I was going through my phone contact list to see who's got kind of iconic musical theatre performing status, who can do that role. And obviously I picked Jim Caruso, who's been doing Jim Caruso's cast party at Birdland for years and years and years and has performed with icons of musical theatre. Liza Minnelli, I mean, he plays with Billy Stritch every day. He's just an icon. And I asked him, I called him and said, can you send us a little bit of voiceover to go at the beginning, to be our casting director?
Okay, Henry, whenever you're ready.
Make it sound like the Americans would do it. It would be a desk in a theatre. And he's speaking into a microphone. Chorus line film.
Yeah.
And if I get this show, I'll work real hard.
If you'd like to watch the whole film of a chorus line, we can just sit there and watch it. But I'm sure you've probably seen it enough times already.
So finally, this arrived, which I was just thrilled with. Unboxing the vinyl for the first time was a really special experience that I'm going to remember forever. For months, Broadway Maybe had been just kind of a fantasy that I was thinking about, and had felt like one of those projects that you say you're going to do because it sounds so exciting, like winning the lottery, but you know it might not really happen. And to actually hold this and to see it and to feel it, and it was just everything that I could have possibly wanted.
I've just had such great feedback from it, from all different sorts of people who really, really love it. Some people have been very moved by it. Some people have been very excited by it, just hearing songs that they know and love in a completely different context. Yeah, it's been a real highlight for me.
What's been so lovely is that I have been getting messages on Instagram from people who are listening to the album and discovering these new songs, and that's exactly what we set out to do. And I hope that Broadway Maybe kind of continues to open the world of musical theatre up to an entirely new audience for a long time.
Who am I anyway? Am I my resume? That is a picture of a person I don't know. What does he want from me? What should I try to be? So many faces all around, and here we go. I need this job. Oh God, I need this.
Thanks. We'll let you know.